Hi, everybody. Peter Lurie here to take you through the week that was on HRTV. The money-earned jockey title came down to the wire between Garrett Gomez and Julien Leparoux.
So Garrett picks up this last-minute mount. How important is it is the national earnings title for a jockey that you're so close to winning here?
Well, it's very important. I mean, it's a big thing, and I would be very happy to get it. Now it's going to be very difficult if he picks up the mount in the last. It's going to be very difficult to get it now.
Ron Anderson joining the show. Ron, thanks for taking the time. How are you?
Hey, Lafitte, how are you?
You have to be doing a lot better than you were about an hour ago.
Well, you know, it's funny how things come down. There's so many, if I could have done this or I would have done that, you know, you wouldn't be in this spot. You know, we lost a few horses coming west that did well and this and that, but as we got go into the last race here, we have some sort of a chance. And, you know, for Garrett to possibly lead 4 years in a row, I think that's in a pretty elite group, and I'm really excited for him.
This will be 4 years in a row that you have this earnings title for the year. How important is it to you and Ron Anderson?
That's very important. You know, I mean, it's something that goes down in the record books, and you know, it's an impressive. It's something very impressive to have on your resume. And you know, I mean, you hope by the end of the year, you know, with all the races you win and the stakes you win, that your name's up on top. And you know, I mean, that's one of the main goals.
Do you think this has an impact on the voting as far as the Eclipse Award for top jockey in the year?
It usually does.
Down the centre, we still have Pat Olivia right in there as well. Down the centre, Miss Olivia Kay is coming home gamely as well, any one of the three. Miss Olivia Kay on the outside, Garrett Gomez and Sinizo between them, and Garrett Gomez will come home to win it. Garrett Gomez, North America's leading rider, has scored in the last at Santa Anita.
Garrett Gomez takes down the final race of the year, becomes the leading jockey by money won in North America. And Garrett, you and Julien Leparoux waged quite a battle throughout the year. Is it a little bit extra rewarding because it came down to the final day the way you guys went at it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, to come down to such a narrow margin and come down to actually like my last mount and be lucky enough to pick up a winner, and Julio's been there for my 2,000, 3,000, now this. So, I mean, he's been a great supporter of mine, and thank you for the opportunity today to be able to do this.
HRTV's Zoe Cadman brought us the diary of Lava Man and his return to the track in the San Gabriel.
You can see there's a few people waiting for the return of the one and only Lava Man. Equipped with earmuffs. Good luck, Leandro.
Hello, darling, thanks.
There he goes, back at 8. They're all here around the fourth floor, all looking for Lava Man. Can we see your sign?
Certainly.
Lava Man.
You can do it.
Get your sign, Lava Man.
Yeah, read the sign.
Comes Mr. One, Doug O'Neill.
In the house.
Not nervous at all. The whole gang's here. Bo Derek, what do you think about Lava Man?
I love Lava Man.
Great. Well, we can't wait to see him run.
Can't wait to see him run. Good to see him.
There he comes. He's ready. Think he's ready, Doug? This is Lava Man's exercise, right? How's he going to do?
He's
fresh.
Win. Yeah,
Fresh as a daisy.
Fresh.
Number 4, and Anita welcomes back the 8-year-old Lava Man. Lava Man out in front, pricking his ears back and forth, appears to be enjoying himself.
He's on the lead. Come on, big boy.
Lava Man suddenly comes under a ride, and Lava Man in deep water is passed by Praudinsky, and Praudinsky has won the San Gabriel by a neck.
Here he comes. We'll live to fight another day. Lava Man back. All smiles.
Winner, winner,
Will we see him again? Who knows? Let's hope.
Jockey Tyler Bays was impressed with Lava Man and hopes to get another shot aboard him in his next start.
I was excited. He tried hard. He got dead tired. I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers, but he wasn't quite fit enough to run. the race of his life against them kind of horses. You're coming back after a year and a half off, grade 2, and he got beat less than 6 lengths. He tried hard, and I just hope they give me another shot on him in the Sunshine Millions Classic, or I think that's where they're pointing.
Did you think the fact that he was so keen to go to the lead the way he did, that maybe it was because he had been off so long and he's such a pro?
No, I made him go to the lead.
You made him go to the lead.
I wanted to lead there fast, leaving the gate and see what the one-horse Acclamation was going to do. That was a speed horse too, and we left a half length in front, and he kind of took hold. So I just went ahead and let him run. He likes being out there, and it builds up his heart. And I just expect him to improve big time next time.
Tyler, I always can see by your face when you take the saddle off and you go and you weigh it. I can see whether you're frustrated or whatever. You show a lot of emotions in your face, and to me, I read that as your passion for the sport. This isn't a paycheck for you, is it?
No, it's what I love to do. I mean, I get paid to do what I love to do. You couldn't ask for a better job. I mean, I love it. I love horses, and it's a lot of fun.
It's only January, but Gulfstream is already anticipating a great 3-year-old picture.
It all gets started Sunday, January 3rd here at Gulfstream Park for opening day, but already race fans are looking ahead to the 3-year-old picture, and with good reason. In 58 runnings of the Florida Derby alone, we've seen 54 Triple Crown event winners, 21 of them Florida Derby winners. Still a little early to determine which horses could follow the likes of Champion Spectacular Bid, Barbara, or Big Brown, but a few 3-year-olds in particular are turning some heads. Among them, one here on the grounds training at Gulfstream forwardly for a 3-year-old campaign, Buddy Saint, an impressive winner of the Remsen Stakes trained by Bruce Levine. He's just one of many top 3-year-olds we hope to see on February 20th in the Fasig-Tipton Fountain of Youth, or 1 month later in the March 20th Florida Derby. And of course, that's just part of the action here at Gulfstream. It all gets started Sunday. That's opening day at Gulfstream Park, January 3rd.
Gulfstream's Ken Dunn is excited for the new features the track has to offer.
Well, on opening day here at Gulfstream Park, I am now joined by President and General Manager of Gulfstream, Ken Dunn. Ken, you've been around for a lot of opening days, a lot of racetracks. What are you looking forward to the most here at Gulfstream?
An opportunity to see what occurs with this brand new setting. This is the only racetrack probably in the world where the racing is centered, and we're surrounded by a new shopping area, exciting new nightclub, and hopefully we're going to be able to expose thoroughbred racing to a whole group of people that have never either been to this facility and certainly may never have been to a thoroughbred racetrack.
Right, now what other changes have been made? You obviously talked about the village, the shopping center, the nightclub. What other changes should our fans be aware of?
Fans should be looking for a lot more turf racing this year. We have a 170-foot wide turf course. We're going to take full advantage of it this year with an inner and an outer turf course. Goal is to run 4 turf races a day. We can't do that early in the season. And I think that the fans like thoroughbred racing on the grass. It's been proven very successful. In addition, we've changed the stake program, trying to feature more of our best product on Saturday when there are more racing fans out there available to us.
Taking a look back at the 2009 season at Gulfstream, and with the economic times, how are you looking forward to a 2010 season to be just as successful?
Well, we actually did not follow the norm last year. This was the only racetrack, or one of the only, that was up last year. And while the industry has shown a little bit of a decline, we think with the product that we have, with the sunshine, particularly looking around the country today, where there's some challenges weather-wise, and the kind of horsemen that we have here, the kind of horses and riders, that we are going to attract them here locally, and hopefully we're going to be the center point of simulcast racing the entire winter.
Absolutely. So the 2010 season at Gulfstream Park just around the corner, and it's sunny here, and we're very excited. President and General Manager Ken Dunn.
Alan Jerkins has been at Gulfstream since 1947, and 2010 is no different.
Well, Alan, you've been coming to Gulfstream Park for many years. How long have you been coming here?
Well, the first time, 1946, 47. I didn't make every year. It was probably 7 or 8 years along the way that I didn't make it here, but that's when I first came, though, 46, 47.
Having seen all the changes, well, you've seen a lot of changes in racing in general, but what brings you back to South Florida and particularly Gulfstream every year?
It's a lot warmer than it is up north. And the racing's always been good, and then, of course, we used to go to Hialeah all the time, and Old Tropical Park, and Gulfstream too. Gulfstream used to have the water skiing in the center field a long time ago. Yeah, it's always fun to come to Florida.
You're kicking off the meet in a big way. I think you got 4 horses on opening day, but what are your expectations? What are your hopes for this meet?
Well, I'm scared to death that we won't do nothing, but you always hope that you're going to win. You know, whenever you get the horses ready, you hope you have them in the right spots. They're, you know, like the big horse is in, and he's been good. So see what happens.
Which big horse?
Le Grand Cru.
In the big race.
Yeah.
It's a tough race. You got.
Yeah, it sure is tough enough. But once you get in that category, you have to, you have to take what comes, and you just, if he's going to be good, he's going to have to fight the big guys.
Todd Pletcher looks for a win in the Hal's Hope with Quality Road.
Horse is training super. His work 2 weeks ago in 59-1 was quite good, and he acts like he's ready to go.
You feel like this track is comparable to the same track he won the Florida Derby over last year?
I would think so. The early races look like speed's been holding up pretty well, so I would think he'd still like it.
And Quality Road given a full test here by You and I Forever, but he's responding. Quality Road's opening up now. Then You and I Forever, Congressional Page on the outside, and Harlem Rocker. But Quality Road is back, and he's won the Hal's Hope in style.
Welcome back to the winner's track, Quality Road, the son of elusive Quality, taking the Grade 3 Hal's Hope.
That's got to be wrong. This race was won in the first 2 furlongs, 25-48. Yeah, there's something left in the tank for the Grade 1 winner. Quality Road at 2-5.
Well, it was actually so slow, I was a little worried maybe we were taking too much away from him. But anytime you can get a horse with that kind of quality to relax, it's good. And, I felt like at the top of the stretch, if it turned into a sprint, we know he can do that well. So it worked out very well for a first start of the year.
Ahmed Ajtebi is making the most of his 6-week riding stint in America.
Well, every country have different style, and except the races track as well. In America, it's level track, and everybody going speed early on, and the finishing is not bad, but it's opposite way in England. Everybody have to sit early on because the track is difficult to ride in England because it's up and down and left and right. So I like to lean like. I cross 14 different countries now, so I like to learn from each countries and ride next to good jockeys and with the good trainers as well.
Ahmed, as far as the horse quality, the trainers, the owners that you've been working for, do you feel any kind of added pressure this young in your career as a jockey?
Actually, maybe in the beginning, when somebody entrusts you and give you to ride his horses, like horses cost $1 million and offer that, so in big races, and you're still young in career, so you like to give him something back, like to win for him or to do something special. But now for me, I think it's not lots of pressure because I used to it in the game, so it's no big deal for me. The Group 1 and maiden is same for me. Just you have to do same job and try be past the line the first one.
I realize you're here for a couple of weeks, and we're very, very happy to have you here. But you're going to be going back to United Arab Emirates on January 6th, I believe, because you're going to be picking up the Athlete of the Year award. How special is that to you?
It's very special because it's first time happened in Dubai for 2008, 2009, and this is next all the good guys, players, football and swimming pool and car racing. And first time I put my name with him and I won that trophy. I think this has given me lots thing to thinking for the future and just put my head down, keep going for the future.
Rosemary Homeister Jr. caught up with Race Day America and talked about her passion for racing.
Since the time I can remember, I've always wanted to be a jockey. I've always followed Mary Russ. Growing up, and Julie Crone when I was starting out my career, and my mother's always prayed and that I'd always become a jockey because that was like her dream, and it was very tough for her at her era when she had started in the early 70s. So for her daughter to come out and want to be a jockey, it just made all her dreams come true, and she's just been one of my biggest support systems throughout my career.
Well, Rosemary, I would imagine she had an especially fun time cheering for you on an old veteran this year by the name of Cloudy's Night. What an incredible record you've had on him. 5 starts, 4 wins, and a second just beaten a nose. How was this most recent victory on Cloudy's Night down at Calder and Stakes Company? How did that rank on your list of his performances?
He is, and probably has been the best horse I have ever ridden in my racing career. He has class, stamina, heart. He knows how to win. He's easy. He's pretty easy to ride, and it's just I'm riding for one of the best trainers in America, in the country, Jonathan Shepard, and that even tops it off. On top of that, just to be able to ride for such a prestigious and Hall of Fame trainer as Jonathan Shepard.
Jeff brought home an exclusive Against the Odds bonus winner on HRTV.com.
I think this is a very intriguing race. It's a one-turn mile at Laurel, a mixture of some local horses shipping in. Maybe you can get a decent price on a colt by the name of Green Spring, who's actually going to be 5 years of age on January 1st. So he's a newly turned 5-year-old son of Orientate, but he's only run 6 times, 4 wins and 2 seconds. So he's a very consistent, improving, lightly raced 5-year-old. Most recently, maybe running the race of his life when he was a very good second in the fall high weight handicap, carrying 125 pounds. He is going to rally from off the pace. This is a 6-furlong race. I like the way Green Spring picks it up in the final furlong. He's actually going to end up being beaten only a half length by Cherokee Country, a very sharp runner, and Green Spring missing here, but earning a career top 97 buyer number in the process, and showing very much the style that should work.
Should have won this race.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Showing the much of style it should be perfect for a one-turn mile. So Christopher Grove, I think, has this horse spot on. Bullet work at Bowie since the race. He is going to be very tough to beat.
And here comes Green Spring, just a little bit of urging, a top or two, and Green Spring opens up on Encaustic by 2 lengths. Senior is next, followed inside by Ade, a furlong left to go, and Green Spring will absolutely stroll in the native dancer. Jeremy Rosen, Green Spring going away to win by 5.
Joanne edged out a victory with Top Seeded.
Let's take a look at the race prior to the virtual elimination out of the gate last time in Hollywood, and that was right here on this track, but during the Oak Tree meet. They came from 5 out of it to run third, beaten only a length and 3/4, and it was a maiden special weight race. The numbers, the race, the finish, everything translates and should transfer to another decent effort today. I'm thinking they'll sit off of it, even though they are adding the blinkers. That might be just to rectify something and keep their mind on business. You'll probably have enough speed. The one notwithstanding, a 7-month layoff horse who can go 45 and change. And then the 6, Dance the Dance, the Talamo horse of 45 and change, and numerous first-time starters. I'll go with the horse that has the experience Top Seeded. I hate picking a favorite, and I can't stop
O'Neill had a good Friday, though. A cyclical game.
Top Seeded coming late from 4th. They come for home, Misty Miss Joanna, but now it's Classy Eva, Top Seeded down the center of the track, but Classy Eva takes the lead. Top Seeded with a late run on the outside. Classy Eva, Top Seeded, gonna hit it together. Top Seeded got up, Top Seeded won it. Diamond Driller did not go on. They come for home, and Cat by the Tail opens up on them. And it's Cat by the Tail in full flight for the wire, has opened up to lead by 3. Diamond Driller and Treat Gently getting involved late, but a big one by Cat by the Tail. Cat by the Tail and Joel Rosario easily.
Marty Wygod shared the unfortunate news that Life is Sweet scratched from the San Gorgonio.
It's the same thing that plagued her over most of the summer that John was able to get her over for the Breeders' Cup. It's tying up slightly after she gallops in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously on race day she can't receive any medication. So Right. We had no choice but to scratch her, and we were not going to run her unless she's 100%.
What will be the schedule if she recovers from the tying up episode today, and not having to worry about Zenyatta, not having to avoid? And you guys didn't avoid her all year, but you picked your spots with her.
If we wanted to run her, she hadn't run since the Breeders' Cup, and the only race that came up here at Santa Anita happened to be on the turf. So it was natural for us to go there, and we know she would run well there. We would have, after that race, if everything went well, we would go in the 2 stakes that would be coming up for the older fillies here, which is it's in the Santa Margarita, which is in April and or March and April, and then there's a race next month for older mares, a Grade 2. But that would have been on the synthetic track, on the main track.
Zenyatta puts on her best Monet impression and raises some money in the process.
We were trying to stay with the economy, so we set a price. We sold the set for only $2,000. I know we probably could have got more, but we wanted to be reasonable, and we wanted the fans to be able to have the opportunity to get one. And then the set sold for $2,000, and the individual Zenyatta sold for $1,500. And there is a Life is Sweet currently on our web store called the Rerun Shop, and that is still available. Another Zenyatta will be available on our next big eBay auction, which will be the week before the Derby. It will start that Sunday before and end on May 2nd. So if someone still wants a Zenyatta, there's going to be another one out there.
Well, that's certainly some good news. Just quickly, how do you choose the colors for these Monets, for these particular horses?
Well, with Zenyatta, we went with her silk colors because we were planning on giving one to the sheriffs. The Mosses already have one, and we wanted the sheriffs to have one, so we wanted to follow up with their silks colors.
Now, is there a little lock of mane or tail on one of those?
Yes, that's a great souvenir for the fans, is to have a little piece of the mane or tail, and then the hoof print is the artist's autograph.
Her seal of approval, her stamp. Yeah. And what kind of painter is Zenyatta? Was she eager?
She's very professional. Very professional. I mean, she will do it. You tell her what the job is, and she does it, just like in racing. But she always has an eye on what's going on around her. And this year, my 2 helpers out in California, Julie and Leslie, did the paintings because I wasn't able to get there. But I have painted with her in the past, and she is a real professional.
Maximum Horsepower brought us the much-anticipated debut of Take Control.
A lot of focus on number 1, and for good reason. Take Control out of the great mare Azeri, who was 2002 Horse of the Year. This is Azeri's first foal. Interesting history behind Take Control. $7.7 million buyback at the 2008 Keeneland September yearling sale. So a $7.7 million buyback, which didn't prove to be the most prudent move because this horse then sold for $1.9 million at the 2009 Keeneland April 2-year-olds in training sale. So 7.7 buyback, then sold for $1.9 million. Take Control is son of A.P. Indy out of Azeri. Top-class race mare. Wayne Lucas did such a great job with her in her championship year. Just a classy mare and a real professional racehorse. Traveled different distances, different surfaces, just a very good mare. And this is her first foal. Now, all that being said, we're gambling on the race, so we have to look at it from that standpoint. According to trainer Bob Baffert, he was quoted as saying he'll definitely need a race. I'd rather get him the race and work from there. And that pretty much coincides with all the clock reports I've seen on this horse. Says he has ability, but he's not real precocious. You can see he's debuting in blinkers and a shadow roll. Almost all of Baffert horses debut with that blue shadow roll, but not a lot in blinkers. So blinkers and a shadow roll and Take Control for his debut.
And running on late is Take Control, but it's Ivory Fudge just keeps on finding on the lead now, and Ivory Fudge a length and a half. Here's Take Control with a late run. Take Control coming fast, and Take Control goes well on by. Take Control, powerful finish, outruns Ivory Fudge.
That's all for this week. Here's a look at what's coming up next week.
Scott Hazelton out there. Man, guy's really a hard worker. Put in a grueling shift here earlier in the day inside. Now he's out in the paddock Probably hustling up an interview or two. That guy is really a hard-working employee of HRTV.